He told the court he had nothing. My lawyer disagreed. 48 hours later, £200,000 appeared from nowhere. After 14 years of marriage, we had a house, our shared investments, and 2 businesses to untangle. It was always going to be a complicated process, but I hadn't expected the version of my husband who showed up to the proceedings. He was calm and cooperative on the surface, while lying about almost everything financial. The asset disclosure process requires both parties to declare everything: savings, pensions, and business valuations. This creates the official record used to determine the settlement. His declarations were thorough on paper, but the values were systematically lower than what I knew we had. He wasn't being dramatic, he was being careful, undervaluing assets just enough to seem plausible and just enough to avoid obvious scrutiny. I told my solicitor the numbers were wrong. When she asked how I knew, I realized that while he had the paperwork, I had 14 years of memory. He was attempting a total financial erasure, weaponizing the facade of legal compliance to quietly strip away what we had built together. My solicitor's response to this was immediate. She told me to sit down and write every financial detail I could recall, no matter how insignificant it seemed. I spent 3 consecutive evenings doing exactly that. It was a process of deep retrieval. 3 nights of continuous writing, reconstructing our financial life from a decade and a half of shared experiences. Account numbers glimpsed on screens, a past pension transfer conversation, and a hidden business account. I handed her 12 pages of notes. 14 years of life is 14 years of accumulated knowledge. I knew things about our finances that he'd forgotten I knew. Small details, casual mentions. My solicitor immediately instructed a forensic accountant. They cross-referenced my handwritten notes against his official disclosures to find exactly where his story diverged from the facts. Within 48 hours, they identified a savings account moved 6 months prior. Next, a hidden investment platform holding nearly £90,000. Finally, a director's loan proven to be an asset. Total emissions, over £200,000. The forensic accountant didn't find this money by looking at his documents alone. They found it because a partner's lived experience provided the specific information the formal paperwork was designed to omit. On a Thursday morning, the forensic evidence was presented to his legal team. The collapse was immediate. By that afternoon, his solicitors had requested an urgent adjournment to rethink their entire proposal. The final settlement was substantially different from the one he first proposed. When it came time to sign, he did so without looking at me. I signed it looking directly at him. He calculated that he could erase me financially, but he failed to realize that 14 years of paying attention is a record that can't be deleted. Has someone tried to take advantage of you in a moment when they thought you were too overwhelmed to fight? Tell me what happened in the comments. Subscribe. Karma follows the money.